Making a play on the move.
Wasn't perfect, but nothing's perfect about us except our record. We talked openly about that last night.
For the Philadelphia Eagles,
we just want to wear it the proper way. We want to step into the stadiums and be prepared to fight and compete every week and understand that we want to give people's best shot. And so I like the general attitude of the group today. We're able to get the job done, and we'll get ready for our short week, man. We're back in the AFC North in the hot kitchen on Thursday night, and we're honored to do that, to entertain on that special day and to be a part of that. We don't take that for granted as well, but, we got to travel. We got to assess the injuries. We got to put together a plan and get ready in a very short week. And so we got some work ahead of us. On the injury front, Zach Gentry had a significant knee injury in game. I'll have an update on that, I'm sure, for you tomorrow. All the others were minor bumps and bruises associated with play. Even Joe Hayden, he was able to go back into the game after he sustained an injury. But with bumps and bruises on a short week, man, we're not taking anything for granted. So we'll assess those and update you guys appropriately and put together a plan that's focused on the healthy guys. I think that's the appropriate thing to do on a short week. I'll open it up for questions.
Dejan Kovacevic.
Mike, how much has Terrell Edmonds progressed year over year, and in what ways?
He's this guy's logged a bunch of snaps. I think his best ability is availability. When you really look at his career, man, as a young guy, he's logged a bunch of snaps, and over the course of time, he's gained quality experience because of it. And he's taken that experience and continually made himself a better player, really in all areas, man, and run pass recognition. I can't say enough about his run game fits and the way he's playing in that element of the game here in 2020. But largely his game has always been on the upswing because he's a young guy that's diligent and a young guy that's very available. And when you're very available and diligent, man, it's a reasonable thing to expect your play to improve, and his has.
Jerry Dulac.
Hey, Mike, were you satisfied with your run game? You got a couple long runs from James Conner today.
I don't know, man. I'll let you guys keep talking about that. It was better today. We'll keep assessing it. We're not going to crack that nut with the first swing. It's going to take continual work and effort on our part to continue to work on our warts, and that's not our only wart. It's just the one that you guys choose to recognize.
Mike Pursuta.
Mike, it looks like you continue to go in different directions week to week. A little bit of change up with the running game today, more sub-package alterations. Are you guys a week-to-week team in terms of how you want to scheme it up?
We just, first and foremost, we got quality players and with different skill sets, and we're committed to utilizing them based on the matchups of the week. And so that allows us to be different first and foremost. But secondly, we've experienced some attrition. We've missed some guys, and some guys have had an opportunity to ascend, and really it's challenged us from a coaching perspective at times to be unique in our approach in an effort to get the best people on the field. So, we don't apologize for that. We're going to do what's required for us to win each and every single game and put our best foot forward on a week-to-week basis. And sometimes that's a little bit different. And if that causes issues for those we compete against, great.
Joe Rudder.
Yeah, Mike, what about your approach allowed Deontay Johnson to be open so much and have so many catches?
It's really about what they did. They were probably down some corners, and they played more zone than they did man. And so, it provided an opportunity for volume catches for some, and he happened to be on the receiving end of it today.
Brooke Pryor.
Yeah, Mike, how important was it to come out of this game mostly healthy, given that you guys are on a short week, and to be able to rest a lot of your starters there in the fourth?
We don't have control over health, so we don't spend a lot of time focused or worried about that. We understand this is much a part of the game as blocking and tackling. We respect it, and that's why you got to fortify yourself with a good team. And so that's always our focus, not those that are lost, the preparedness of those who step up. And so we spend our time focused on the preparedness of our young guys in an effort to combat what you mentioned.
Brian Batko.
Yeah, Mike, with Gentry going out early, you guys basically played most of the game with one tight end. Any update on Vance, how he's feeling or anything like that?
None. I'm sure I will have some for you at some point next week.
Mark Caboli.
Hey, Mike, the offense didn't put up a ton of points in that first half, and the defense was allowing some yards. But how important was it for the players to stay patient on both sides, figuring that things would eventually turn around if they stay patient?
You know, this is the National Football League, man. We don't anticipate rolling out of tunnels and people laying down for us. These are going to be competitive games, and so you know, I don't even know if we have a mentality where we're anticipating what you mentioned. We step out of tunnels ready for a 60-minute fight each and every week.
Jim Colony.
Mike, actually, kind of in that vein, and I don't want to use the term, do you hold stuff back? But when you go in against an unknown quarterback, for example, do you tend to, you know, is it a feeling out process before you figure out what the guy's up to, and then you realize, and then you might unleash your defense on him?
No, we just have an unleashed mentality regardless of who we play.
Will Graves.
Mike, when you look at the defensive performances the last 2 weeks, what do you like about it? And today, after that first drive, they basically didn't do much at all. What was sort of the key to shutting them down?
You know, the guys are playing hard and playing fast and collectively well. We're getting turnovers, you know, but I think, you know, the catalyst for it all is that the guys are playing extremely hard and fast. And that's as a collective. And I think that creates the frenzy that provides the wave that we ride.
Ed Bouchette.
Hey, Mike, you mentioned you said it to the team Saturday night, but is there more pressure as you keep winning and you're now 10-0, and how do you relieve that or approach it?
You know, there's pressure in our business. I don't know if you call it more pressure or not. You know, I know regardless of our record, we'd be committed to winning this game that we're walking into play on Thursday night. And so, you know, I just think more that's some outside fodder, that's storylines, if you will, and give you guys something to talk about during the week. We respect our process, and we're going to prepare, and we step in the stadiums and play, and there's urgency to that. There's pressure associated with that, all of the above. But that's the same regardless of record. I'm sure people who are not perfect feel pressure to perform week in and week out.
Time for two more. Anthony Duskulski.
Mike, today was a much more traditional up and down ground game with not much east to west, you know, not a lot of pulling guys. Did that have a lot to do with the lack of tight end depth and losing Gentry, or